Hello, everybody. This is Movie Yoga Online with Dia. It is September 10th. We're going to work not on balance today, but we're going to start in the ordinary way, just like Kathy is doing in the spotlighted video. Just lying on your back, slowing down, watching your breath, but not trying to change it. Noticing the floor that is supporting you on your back body. Noticing your breath that's supporting you. And then bring your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers or stack your hands. We're going to start with vagus nerve reset. This is one of Stanley Rosenberg's basic exercises. Stanley Rosenberg is one of 4 vagal theory superstars. Just so you know where this is coming from. Without moving anything else, shift your eyeballs to the right. You can have your eyes open or closed. And then waiting for a sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. And then come back to center and shifting your eyeballs to the left. And waiting again for a sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. Come back to center. Repeat this 2 more times. Right, left, without my cueing. You just know the optical nerve moves and trips the vagus nerve to release the vagus nerve into the relaxing, healing side of that nerve path. When you're finished, keep your hands where they are. We're going to do head ramping, just pressing the back of the base of the skull into the floor, and into your hands and into the floor. The occipital ridge lifts, not off the floor, but lifts up along the floor, and the chin drops. And stay here for a couple breaths, and then do it again. Keep breathing. Two more times. So inhale and press back on your exhale. And keep breathing and take a couple breaths. And then release. And one more. Bring your hands down. You can bring your hands on your belly or at the side, at your side. We're gonna do Viloma breathing. In Viloma breathing, the inhale is divided into 3 parts. So you inhale, fill up a third of the lungs and pause. And then again, inhale, fill up the second third, pause, and then inhale, fill up the entire, all of the lungs, the last third, and all of the lungs. And then exhale normally. And one more breath, one more Viloma breath. And then let's, before we come up to standing for some foot and balance work, let's do a hypopressive, a couple of them. So we're going to do the basic or the classic. So Kathy's going to dorsiflex her toes. So the heels are on the floor, but the toes are towards the ceiling. And then bring your arms up over by your chest as if you're hugging a tree, and then flip them, flip the hands. And now activate the hands and the scapula. And now I will count 3 breaths. And then after the 3rd breath, make sure the last exhale is deep and thorough. Then hold your breath out while I count to 10. And you should feel the rib cage spreading and this belly scooping. Just knowing that might help you do that. But it shouldn't be efforted. It should just happen. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Completely exhaling. Now, no breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then just go ahead and release your hands and come back to the floor. And start breathing, actually. Extend your legs. Go ahead and extend your legs. Kathy, can you hear me? I think it's frozen.
Yes.
There, you did. Oh, the picture froze. So you were continuing to bend your knees in a frozen picture.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, oh, I don't know whether she's bending extending her legs. Okay, so we're going to do another, and this is a left-right hypopressive. Here, you're still dorsiflexing your feet, and you're going to cross your right ankle over your left ankle. Right over left. Bring your arms up over your chest again. Stack the hands, and then the right leg is on top, but this time the left hand is on top. Straighten your arms and bring them overhead. That's the shape you take. 3 breaths, and then no breath for 10 counts. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Hold your breath out, no breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go ahead and just release everything and switch sides. So after the 10, you can go ahead and breathe. Even if I don't say inhale, exhale, that's what's next. Cross your ankle, left ankle over right. Right hand stacked on top of the left hand's arms straight and overhead. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hold your breath out, no breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And go ahead and release everything and start breathing again. We're going to come up to standing. Take your time, don't curve your back, please. Don't round your back, so pull. Come up with a straight back. And stand. You're going to need a chair nearby. And eventually, after we do this set, these 3 moves, you'll need your ball for footwork on the ball. And actually, Kathy, you might want to have a Sharpie nearby.
Okay.
So we can draw on your foot. So the first thing we're going to do is Tadasana, which is the yoga good posture pose. And I want you to just think about standing with your feet on the floor, parallel feet, toes pointing forward. And then the ankles are directly under the knees, which are directly underneath the hips. And then on top of the hips, directly shoulders, and then the ears directly over the shoulders. So think of all of that. So stacking, it's called joint stacking. And your thumbs are forward. Hands beside you, thumbs forward. Just stay here and breathe and feel what it's like to stand in good posture, Tadasana, like a tree, almost like a tree, a quiet tree. We'll do a more active tree in a minute. So this is not doing nothing, just so in case you hadn't noticed, while you stand here, you should feel all sorts of core activation. Your body is working to keep you in this position. Close your eyes and spend a little time in Tadasana with your eyes closed. Maybe you can feel the internal balancing mechanism that helps you stand. Maybe you can feel your core engaging to help you stand. And then come out of this. We're going to do heel lifts. So you're going to stand with your hands on the back of the chair. You're going to need a therapy ball if you have one. Yeah, you're freezing occasionally, Kathy. I don't know whether that's my internet or yours.
It's probably yours. Ours is fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I hate to put blame, but we don't have any trouble with ours.
Right. Well, hold on, let me see something. Okay, so first, without the therapy ball, just lift your heels up and then drop them and try to stand in good posture or Tadasana. Oh, I see the problem. Hold on, I'm going to switch to my other network.
Ah.
Hold on. Let me keep going up and down. Okay. All right, this should be better. So up and down, you can do it with your hands on the chair or not, but you need the chair just in case, because in a way, this is a balancing exercise. And now add a therapy ball. Place the therapy ball as far back as you can between your ankles and on the floor, so it's not up higher than that.
It's like right there.
Yeah, right there. And now when your heels come up, you're lifting, you have to do a little bit more work to keep the therapy ball in between your ankles. Try to stand tall. So you might want to bring your chair a little closer to you, Kathy. And then if you need it, if your chair is too far away, you're going to lean forward.
Yeah.
And do 2 more of those heel lifts with therapy ball. And then the next thing we're going to do is a basic balancing. We'll do the tree pose later in the class, but a basic balancing exercise. And in this case, you're just going to stand on your right foot. And, well, let me say this. If you have an ankle injury, you may not want to load the ankle that's injured. So you would just do it on the side that's not the uninvolved ankle. But Kathy's going to stand on her right leg and lift her left knee up in front of her. That is it. This is it. I'm going to time. This is a bone building pose. I'm going to time for 30. You can be near a wall or a chair in case you need help to touch the wall or the chair. But essentially, this is, it's good if you can do it without touching anything or lightly touching. Whoops, 10 seconds left. I'm showing you this one, or we're doing this one because this is what I do. And go ahead and switch sides. This is what I do in the grocery store when I'm brushing my teeth, when I'm waiting. You know, I never waste time waiting. I'm always balancing or bending or something, but this is something that's very easy to do in a lot of situations. Now, if you have an ankle injury, don't load. So you're double loading your left leg here, which is good. But if you have an ankle injury, don't double load the leg that's injured. 9 more seconds. And come on back down. Now we're going to do footwork. Kathy, we need to paint your foot. Everyone needs one ball out of the toes. There are 6 different locations that we're going to place the ball on both the right foot and the left foot. The first position is just below the metatarsal heads in the middle. Yes, right about there, 1. And then below that in the center of the foot, the arch, 2. And then below that, just above the heel, is 3. And then 4 is to the outside, not the inside, the outside
Go the other way.
of the center. And then 5 is to the inside of the center of the arch. And then 6 is just below the big toe mound. So don't move the ball, don't move the ball back and forth, you just press on the ball. Just releasing right in that one spot. Okay, stand up. If it's hard for you to stand up, you could be seated and do this. There'll be less body weight on the ball and your foot, but it will still work. So starting with 1.
I'm not sure.
Location number 1, Kathy's on her left foot, and we're going to time for 10 seconds each location. So location 1, just stay here and move to location 2. So if you're standing, try to stand up straight. So you may want to have the chair a little closer to you, Kathy, so that you can stand up straight. And location 2 is in the center of the arch, the front to back arch, which is the plantar arch. Location 3 is just in front of the heel. Just breathing, pressing down. Number 4 is in the center to the outside of the edge of the foot. Five is to the center to the inside of the foot. And the last one is just below the big toe mounds and above number 5, actually. Just pressing down. So Emily Splitchell, who's my favorite foot expert, suggests spending 5 minutes a day on these foot exercises. Location 1, middle, just below the metatarsal band. The metatarsal mound. And then come down to the center of the foot. And then come down further. This is number 3, just above the calcaneus or the heel. And then number 5 is to the outside of the center. Come back to center and then go to the outside of the foot. And then 6 is just below the big toe mound. Oh no, oh no, we didn't do inside of the foot. Did we do inside? I'm lost. Inside of
Doing the outside. We need to do the inside.
inside there. I just got a note that my internet is still unstable. Good.
Okay, now.
Now the last one is number 6, just below the big toe mound. Come on out of that. Fine. I forgot that we're going to do the ankle movements. So let's do the ankle, 3-way ankle stretch with your, if you have a half round, that's what you should use. If you don't have a half round, you can use a brick or a rolled up towel. The idea is to have your foot, let's start with the right foot, on the half round, the top of your foot, your toes, the front of your foot on the half round, the heel on the floor. And from here, just coming forward, so flexing.
I'm putting this foot back so you can see.
Yeah, okay.
Normally it would be.
Most people would have the feet parallel or nearly parallel to each other, but Kathy has her foot back so you can see, but she's creating flexion at the ankle, not at the knee, everybody. And just coming forward, forward, forward at the ankle. And then stop that, and then take the forward flexion a little bit to the outside of the foot. So the foot stays where it is, but the ankle flexion goes out to the side a little bit. It's actually a lesser range of motion available here, but good for you to be working on your ankles this way. Even the people with ankle injuries. And then come back to center. And this time the flexion goes a little bit to the inside of the foot. So it's still flexing at the ankle, flexing and extending at the ankle. This is going to help your ankle strength, mobility, and your balance. Switch sides, everybody. So this is 3 different ways you're stretching the ankle. All of them are flexing at the ankle. You already did that one, didn't you?
No. So this is.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's the other side. Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay. So, yeah, she moved this leg out of the way. No wonder I thought she had done it. But anyway, okay, forward, forward, forward. Remember, this is not anything about the knee, although the knee comes forward because the ankle is flexing. You should feel this all in the ankle. And then go ahead and flex to the towards the inside of the foot. The knee comes forward, but it becomes forward because of the flexion that's happening in the ankle. If this bothers your knee, you need to make it a less strong movement. Slow it down, make it smaller. If you have ankle issues, I would do this 2 or 3 times a day. And the last one is taking the flexion at the ankle to the outside of the foot. This is actually the smallest range of motion that's available to anybody in the ankle. Try it. Try to get as much as you can. This will get bigger and better as you repeat it and practice it. Go ahead and finish up and sit on the chair, on a chair. The first thing we're going to do is figure 4, ankle circles and toe handshake. So bring your right knee towards you, towards your face, and then cross the ankle and circle about 9 in one direction and 9 in the other. Try to think of this as an ankle circle, not a front of the foot circle. And then go ahead and put your either hand, thread the fingers through the toes. Toe handshake. And get your fingers as close to the bottom of the dip in the toe, of the betweens. And then you can wiggle, shake, flex, circle, whatever feels right here. So use your hand and your handshake to move the foot and the toe and the toes, especially the toes. And switch sides. Circle ankles. Other direction. Handshake, toe handshake. You may not be able to get your fingers all the way down, but do your best and it'll get better as you practice it. This is a great thing to do when you're watching TV. If you're serious about moving, you won't stop moving after class. You'll figure out a way to move here and there. And your body will start asking for it, begging for it. The next thing we're going to do is short foot. You can do short foot seated or standing. So one at a time. We'll start with the right foot. I want you to lift your toes, spread them, and then drop the toes and press into the floor with your toe pads, not your metatarsal joints. So if you start looking at the metatarsal joints and they're pressing, just lighten up and make the press into just the toe pads. And hold. And you should feel the activation of the arch, front to back, the plantar arch, front to back, back to front of the foot. If you have flat feet or any ankle issues, I would do this also 3 or 4 times a day. Switch sides. Lift the toes, spread them, lower them, press the toe pads into the floor. See if you can feel the arch activating. And hold for a little bit, and then do it again, right on the right side. Lift the toes, spread them, drop the toes, press the toe pads into the floor. Feel the arch. Try to notice the arch. That might come later with practice. And then go to the left side. We're only doing this 2 sets because we have other things to do, but other fish to fry. Well, that's but even in the class, other fish to fry. Go ahead and do this one on this side. But do more of these. That was my bottom line. Do more of these at home. Stay seated or return to the seated if you do the short foot standing. I want to just show you a very interesting thing about balance that's going to help you with balance. Peripheral vision is key. Good peripheral vision is key to balancing. So bring your elbows up in like a cactus, only with the elbows dropped a little bit. Drop your elbows a little farther, Kathy. More like that. And see if you can look straight ahead and still see your arms at the side of your face. This is called peripheral vision. You could wiggle your fingers and see if you can still see, you look straight forward and see your hands at your side. You can do this with any object at the side, but you could hold a pencil but sit tall, look straight ahead, find your hands in your peripheral vision. If you can't find them, you can move your hands a little bit forward to begin with, and then later back a little bit. Go ahead and relax and then just do it one more time. This is helping your improve your peripheral vision, which helps with your balance. Okay, that's enough of that. Come up to standing, and we're going to do a tree pose and a back bend at the wall and a spine twist at the wall. So the tree pose is the same, it's similar to the basic balancing pose, but this time it has a yoga flavor to it. You're going to stand on your right leg. Stand on your right leg. Stand on your left. Kathy's standing on her left leg.
Oh, yeah, my other right. Okay.
Other right. And then take your knee out to the side. So you're rotating your hip. And then the foot should be either below the knee or above it, not on it. So it should be either higher or lower. It can be all the way down to the floor. We're going to time this. Once you get settled, I'm going to time this. And if you'd like, you can bring your hands into prayer pose and look straight ahead at an object that's not moving across the room. And breathing. We have 8 seconds left. And switch sides. Nicely done. So go ahead and find your tree. Bring your hands to your heart. If you want, you could bring them overhead also. That's harder. Look straight across the room at an unmoving object. This will help you balance. Just remember you're a tree, so you do wiggle. The nice thing about this pose, I like the classic balance pose too, but the nice thing about this pose is that you're also working on hip rotation. Let's do it again. Once right side again. Now, I wanted this. You get better at this the more you do it. This is a bone building pose for sure. So is the classic pose. Switch sides, everybody. Tree pose. If this is too much for you, just do the basic pose that we did earlier in the class. Or try it anyway. Okay, good work. And next we're going to do a back bend at the wall. So this is not a balancing pose, but I'm in love with this pose for all sorts of things. Posture. It's not a balancing pose, but if you're not standing in good posture, you're going to lose your balance. So in that way, this is a balancing pose because it's helps with good posture, especially upper body, good posture. Back to the wall. So put your back to the wall and stand in good posture. And then the arms come back up and over, palms on the wall. Use your hands to press away from the wall and open your chest. I'm going to time this. This is a bone building spinal, upper thoracic spine, bone building pose. You should feel the work in the upper back. Press away from the wall with your hands to open your chest. Come on down. We're going to do a spinal twist at the wall. So right shoulder to the wall, right foot is on the inside forward. The left leg is back. Bend your elbows and rotate at the waist, rotate towards the wall. Use your hands to help you rotate. Use your hands and your arms. If your elbows can get on the wall, even better. This is also an upper back, thoracic spine building, bone building pose. But the twist has a lot of other benefits to it. Well, all of these poses do, but it's really good for you to be rotating your spine this way. Switch sides. So left leg forward, right leg back. Find your own personal distance between one leg and the other, and your own personal distance between your legs and the wall. And then rotate using your arms to help you rotate. Come on back. Do one more back bend at the wall before we go to the floor. And come on down to the floor. Onto hands and knees. We're going to do bird dog, which is a balancing pose and a core strengthening pose. So on your hands and knees, and then the right leg go slides back along the floor and then lifts up parallel to the floor. Keep your hips even if you can. So drop your right hip if you a little bit, Kathy. Nice. And then left hand up parallel to the floor and drop your left shoulder. So you're trying to keep the shoulders and the hips even. They tend to rise, you know, they tend to rise, the one that you're lifting, but you're trying to curtail that. Just breathing, feeling the core, knowing that this is a balancing exercise for sure. And we're timing it because it's a bone building exercise also, but come out of it if you need to. Okay, switch sides. Left leg back and then up. Right arm up. Breathing, feeling the core work. Just noticing what's happening here. If this is too much, just come out of it and come into a child's pose. But I'm holding for 30 seconds. Let's do it again. I'm going to hold just for 15. So right leg, left arm. Breathing. Feeling long. Switch sides. Nice. Breathing, using your core. You should feel your core. Your core is helping to balance you here. And then come on down to the floor, prone, for back extension. We're going to do level 1 and level 2. You start with your arms beside you, beside your hips, palms up. Head on the floor or on a stack of washcloths. Inhale to prepare, and exhale, lift the chest, the arms, the head. And stay here. And see if you can stay here. If you can't, obviously you're going to come down earlier. But I'd like you to stay for 30, I'm timing for 30 seconds. And if you want to come up a little bit higher, you can try that too. And go ahead and take an inhale to prepare to return, and an exhale to return. We're going to go to the second level. We'll start out the same as the first. Take an inhale to prepare, and an exhale, lift your arms, your chest, your head. Inhale to prepare for level 2, airplane, and then exhale. The arms come out to the side, airplane, and go ahead and stay here. And take another inhale to prepare to return, and an exhale to return. Good job. Good job, everyone. Bring your arms out in a T along the floor. Keep your shoulders, armpits, and arms on the floor. Look to the right. Look to the right. Lift your right leg up and across the other leg. Just keep the shoulders and armpits on the floor. And you can lift your hips as much as you want. You can bend your knee if you want. The idea is to actually, what you're doing is moving the legs to rotate, release the upper back. Come on back. And look to the left leg up and over. It's opposite. Stay here. And breathe and wait. Come on back. Find your way onto your back for the Yoga Nidra meditation, 61-point guided meditation. I'm going to stop my video. Lie on your back. The idea is to be warm and comfortable. You may want to put a blanket over you, add a jacket. Eyes. Just starting to notice the points that I'm going to lead you through, starting with the breath, breathing in and breathing out. Observing your abdomen as it rises and falls with the gentle flow of your breath. Now, bring your awareness to the center of your eyebrows, center of your throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, left knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This completes your 61-point guided meditation. Bring your attention back to the room and start to wiggle your body. You may want to extend your legs in one direction, your arms overhead in the other direction. Wiggle and stretch, and right side, left side, fingers, toes, ankles, wrists. And then hug your right knee to your chest and your left knee to your chest. Hug both knees to your chest and rock from side to side. And then at some point, turn your body, roll your body all the way over into a fetal position, using your bottom arm as a pillow. And stay here and take a breath. And then when you do come up, use your top arm, press the palm on the floor. Come up without rounding your back. And unmute yourself. Oh. Unmute yourself, find a comfortable floor-seated position. Bring your hands to your heart, press your palms together really strongly. And then release that. So now soft prayer pose. Lift your occipital ridge up towards the ceiling and bobble forward, nod forward, bow forward at the skull. And the spine stays straight.
Another one.
Bowing to each other. Bowing to each other. Honoring each other, noticing, acknowledging, recognizing the light in each other. Knowing that we're all one light. We're going to close the class by saying to each other, namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Karen, I muted you for a minute, but you could unmute if you wanted. I'm going to stop the